Hey, what's up guys? My name is Daniel, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Bottle It Up by Sam Hunt. It was requested by Chaz Compton. Good luck learning it. It's in standard tuning and uses 4 chords, so it's pretty easy. So go ahead and get started. Alright, first things first, we've got the chords here. We're going to be using E major, A5, which I showed you in the last video, but if you didn't know, it's just the 2nd fret of the D and G strings, and the rest are open. C sharp 5, which is up here, 4th fret A string, 6th fret D and G, rest are open again, and then a B5, and that's going to be 2nd fret A, 4th fret D and G, and again everything is open. Those are the 4 chords we're going to be using in a couple of different orders. So now I'm going to teach you how to play the verse and what is actually the first part of the chorus as well. It's going to sound like this. Alright, so obviously the song requires some finger picking, palm muting, and slapping of the strings, but I'm going to do it really slowly, that way you can catch on if you don't know how to do it already. Starting with that E chord, you're going to pluck the open E string, then you can pluck the 2nd fret of the D string, and then 1st fret G, and open B. The G and B you're going to pluck at the same time. So, now after you pluck the B and the G strings, you're going to slap your hand back on all of the strings, that way it mutes them. Stops them from ringing out. And after you do that, you're going to switch to the A5 chord. So you can either use your pinky on the 2nd fret of the G string and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, or you can use your middle and ring fingers instead. I switch between the two, but whichever one is easier for you, go ahead and do that. So you're just going to pluck the A, D, G, and B strings at the same time and let them ring out just for a second. So after that E chord, now after you let the A5 chord ring out for a second, you're going to pluck the 2nd fret of the D string and then open A right after, and then do a quick down strum on all of the strings. And what you're going to do after that is do a quick down up strum, but they're going to be muted, so you're not actually pressing down on any of the strings because you're transitioning to the next chord after that. So just like that. You don't have to play any chords or anything like that. It's just while you're switching. And the chord you're going to be switching to is that C sharp 5, which is again 4th fret A strings, 6th fret D and G strings, and the rest are open. And you're going to kind of repeat the same pattern. So for this one, you pluck the 4th fret of the A string, 6th fret D string, and then the 6th fret of the G and B strings at the same time. And then mute them again, just like you did with the E chord. And then you're going to slide down to the B5 chord, which is just a whole step down from that one you were just at. 2nd fret A, 4th fret D, 4th fret G, rest are open, and do the same pattern as you did with the A5. So pluck A, D, G, and B at the same time, let it ring out for a little bit, and then pluck the 4th fret of the D, 2nd fret of the A, and then strum down quickly, and then a muted down up strum. So that second part. And then you repeat the process. So I'm going to play it a little bit slower for you, and just follow along. A little bit faster. And now regular speed. Now hopefully you can get it from there. Alright, next part up is the chorus, and the first half of it is played just like the verse, so you already know how to do that. The second half, where you start saying, I'd keep a life's good, sweet bliss, does it ever really get better than this? You're going to start strumming those chords. So you already know how to play the first half. The strumming pattern is going to sound like this. So again, you're using the same chords in the same order. The strumming pattern starting with the E is going to be down, and then mute. So just like you muted the strings before, you want to do that again, and then switch to the A5, and you're going to do a down strum right after that mute. And then after that, you'd strum up, up, down, up, down, up. Then you switch over here to the C sharp 5, and you're going to do the same strumming pattern that you did with the E, just down, up, mute, and then switch to the B5, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. So E and C sharp 5 are the same, and A5 and B5 are the same as far as strumming pattern goes. That's how you play the chorus. So first half is played just like the verse, second half is played like that. Alright, next part up is the bridge, and that's where he starts to sing, "Cause It'll Sneak Up On You Fast." It's going to sound like this. So we've got a little bit of a different strumming pattern here, and the chords go in a different order. They're going to go A5, E, B5, and then C sharp 5. Instead of the order you've been doing them in. So starting with that A5, you're going to pluck the A, D, G, and B strings at the same time. And then after that, you're going to pluck the D, G, and B strings at the same time again. So, and then mute. And then you're going to switch to the E chord. And what I do is I just pluck the open E string, 2nd fret D, 1st fret G, and open B string again. But you're going to let these ones ring out a little bit longer. And then you're going to strum down again, quick down strum, and then that muted strum in between while you switch chords. Then you switch over to the B5 chord, and you're going to pluck it the same way that you did with the A5 chord. It's going to be the A, D, G, and B strings at the same time for the first round, and then you're going to pluck the D, G, and B strings immediately after. And then mute, and switch chords to the C sharp 5, and this one you do like you did the E chord. So from B5 to C sharp 5, and then you repeat again. Now, the second time around that you do it, you actually stay on the B5 chord. You don't move up to the C sharp. So it's just going to be, and then down up after it rings out for a second, and then pluck the 2nd fret of the A string. So the second half. And then you go into the next chorus. So the last part you need to learn is the outro, and it's played with the same chords as the chorus, you just don't mute anymore. So it's going to sound like this. And you play that all the way through to the end. So the strumming pattern starting with the E is going to go down, up, and then switch to the A5, down, up, down, up, and then move up to the C5, and again down, up, and then to the B5, down, up, down, up. And that's how you end the song. As always, guys, thank you for watching. You know how much I appreciate it. Go ahead and leave your questions, comments, or requests in the comment box down below. I'll read them and add to the list. Did you guys know I could play ukulele too? See if you can name this song. me know if you want some of these tutorials. I'll have to learn how to play them though. That's the only song I know.